Hey, Facebook. Let's chit chat. Let's chit chat, y'all. I can't get my other phone to work for live. So I guess I'm just going to be on Facebook tonight. I tried to do Facebook and Instagram. But that's okay. Tonight I want to talk about what you all are entertaining. What nouns are you entertaining? Look at my face. It still broke out, y'all. Pop is banned from my life right now. I really should keep my hair on my face too, because that's not helping. But what I want to talk about tonight is, what nouns are you entertaining? That is what I want us to talk about tonight, y'all. Let me make sure my connection is. What nouns are you entertaining? That's what we want to. That's what I want us to talk about tonight. And when I say what nouns are you entertaining, I am talking about the people, places, and things. The people, places, and things that you are entertaining. What do it look like? What do they look like? Right? So, one of the things I'm really big on, y'all, is what I entertain and who I entertain. Because one of the things I realized a long time ago is that the reason why I didn't get, and where I'm still not at the pinnacle of where I really want to be, it had nothing to do so much with like not having opportunities afforded to me or any of that stuff, which is the common case in most situations with most people, right? But that really wasn't my situation or my case. The matter really was the people that I chose to entertain, right? That's really what it was. Your environment plays a huge toll on your end result and your outcome in your journey in this thing we call life. It really, really do. Let's turn my light up a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit. It plays a huge part in our journey throughout life, right? So when I reflect back on situations that I could have like really like prospered in and really like took off in, I realized I didn't, and I really held myself back just based off the people, places, and things I entertain. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because a lot of times people are trying to figure out like how I'm able to like move the way I move and get in rooms that I get in and be around the people that I get around and have the opportunities afforded to me that I am now actually leveraging. Because I've always had opportunities really afforded to me when I really think about it. I just did not always leverage them, okay? And the truth of the matter is, I just decided, I made a decision. I decided what I'm going to entertain. That really is what it was. I decided what people, places, and things I'm going to entertain. The nouns that you choose to entertain will literally dictate the outcome in your future. Okay? So, I want to bring this up because what I'm noticing, and I know the algorithm is so jacked up with social media. Like, it only pushes really like paid ads, which is why you guys see a lot of like the sponsored, videos and all that stuff on, especially on Meta, because Meta is big on paid ads. But the truth of the matter is, we know, like, people that are in the content creation or even trying to be content, or I'm not even a content creator, people that just put themselves out on social media and pour into the community, right? We know that people are watching us because the numbers don't lie. Even though the engagement is not there, the likes, the comments, shares, all that stuff, when we look at our views, we know people are watching us. And so I know people is getting the message in the invitations to decide on what they choose to entertain. The end result shows me what they decided. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So when you get an invitation, right, to decide if you're going to be in a room or not, when you get an invitation to decide if you're going to take this opportunity and leverage it to change your outcome, your situation, whatever that may look like, and then a year go by and we look at October 2026, which is going to be here in a blink of an eye like that, because it's really how fast time is moving. Who would have, look at 2025, it's gone already. November, December finna be gone, right? So we're already looking at October 2026. It's going to be here, right? You have to look at so far ahead at where you're going to be in October 2026, and it's going to be based off decisions that you made in October 2025. And I know that sounds crazy. That I just know it just sounds so sick, and probably going to go over a lot of people's head. But where you're going to be at in October 2026 is going to be based off the decisions that you made in October 2025. That's just what it is. And so what I really want people to consider is when you're seeing people push like a thing to you to help you, to decide on taking advantage and leveraging those opportunities. It's going to require you to make sacrifices, like hard sacrifices. And I'm not saying everybody have to make the same sacrifices that I made. My sacrifices, I'm drinking my chai tea, y'all. I love chai tea. I'm like such like an old lady when it comes to tea. I just love tea. But the decisions that I made that really helped change a lot of things for me, and I'm still going through the transition. Like, at times it's hard right now for everybody. The government, I just found out that the government just cut like the whole junk food or whatever off of EBT. People that got link card, food stamps, EBT, they can't even buy like chips no more with it. It's just like a lot going on in the world, right? And that's just because of the government shutdown. But here's the crazy part. They ain't stopped pulling our taxes out of our checks. There's a lot going on in the world, y'all. Government closed, government shut down, but they still making us pay taxes. It's a lot. So it's you know, it's hard on everybody. But one of the things that I did was I stopped watching TV as much as I used to. Because I used to watch TV all the time, y'all. When I say all the time, your girl was watching all the shows. I can tell you all the stuff that was happening with everybody on Love and Hip Hop, everybody Basketball Wives, all of the, you know, Powers and everything. I was watching all of them, okay? I knew all the shows, like what was happening. I knew all the, oopsie daisy, I'm making a mess. All the scenarios with all of them. Because I watched all the shows. I watched all of them. So I was very familiar with all of them. However, what I realized is me watching those shows did not put money in my pocket. It did not change my zip code. It did not change my outcome in my love life. It didn't change anything, really. Like, there's things you can learn from the shows. Like, all the shows, depending on how you look at a thing, you can learn something from everything. You can learn something even from bad situations, right? You can learn something from any and everything. But it didn't change the situation that I was in, and it didn't give me the result, the end result that I actually desired and wanted. So that was one of the things that I had to cut off, because I put so much time in watching TV. When I realized how many hours I was spending, because I was watching so many shows, I was spending hours a week watching the TV. So that was something that I had to discipline myself in. And I slowly stopped watching like 1, 2 shows. And then I stopped 3, 4. And the next thing you know, 2 years went by and I just wasn't a TV person anymore. I became a podcast person. I tuned into a lot of knowledge from YouTube. I became like a big YouTube person. And that's really how I acquired a lot of knowledge, just off of YouTube, just watching people on YouTube. That's literally how I acquired a lot of the knowledge that I've gained in the last few years. But that was something that I had to discipline myself in. I'm not saying that that's something that you have to do. You may not have a big issue with TV. That may not be your vice, you know, per se. TV may not be your thing that's stopping you from reaching your next end goal. That was just something that I realized that was holding me back and hindering me. Right? But whatever your vice is, you have to decide, you have to discover whatever that thing is and make a decision and decide, is that vice worth your future? You really have to make a decision on that. What is it that is really holding and hindering you back from having a life different from where you are right now? When I see people, you know, talking about money problems, but then I see they got a whole bundle of hair on their head that don't belong to them, how much they pay for that? I don't care if it costs $5. And then how much you pay for somebody to install it. I look at all that stuff. And I immediately go to, okay, it's not even the money really. It's the mindset that this individual, this person have around money. That's what I look at. When I see people talking about money issues, but then they, posting up on social media at events, this that they paid for, whatever the case is, whatever they were doing, but they didn't take that extra $20, $25 and put it towards something that's going to help them grow their portfolio. And I don't care if it's $10, $15. You'll be surprised at how many times I put $10, $15 in the stock market and flipped that thing and turned it into $50. I made a decision. I said, whatever little bit I got left, I'm going to figure this thing out. Do y'all know? Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all how determined I was to figure out how to day trade, how to learn how to make money at the stock market. I'm going to tell y'all what I did. I got a second job. So I work for the government. I work in the municipality space. My 9 to 5, I work in the government space, right? But in the government space, especially in the city that I live in, work in, they don't pay a lot. But the cost of living is a lot lower too, which I love because it's very quiet. It's like the city. I'm not far from Chicago. I'm in Indiana. It's not far from Chicago, but it's just different. It's a little bit more slow pace. It's picking up, but it's very slow pace. And so what I did is I took every opportunity to make more money, to figure out how to learn this whole day trading thing. With my losses and all, I said, I lost money last week. But with my losses and all, I said, I want to figure this thing out because I see too many people becoming millionaires off this thing, right? So I'm going to tell y'all what I did. I got a second job that started out just me working on the weekends or whatever, maybe after I get off of work or whatever, just a couple days out the week. And my entire check from my second job was going into Robinhood. I never saw $1 of it outside of my Robinhood account, ever. I had my second job paycheck direct deposited into Robinhood. So I never ever saw it outside of Robinhood. That's how determined I was to learn this stock market thing. I said, this second job is going to literally be for my investing knowledge and journey and me learning this thing. Win or lose, I don't care. This second job is going to be for me to fund my Robinhood account and figure this ish out. And that is what I did. And y'all know what my second job was? Guess what my second job was, y'all? My second job was working at McDonald's by my house. I worked at McDonald's by my house, and I literally got hired on the spot because your girl is overqualified for the position. Let's be for real. But it was an easy job. It was an easy job, and I said I need to figure out a way to just get some money that I know is gonna be easy. I ain't gotta be stressed or whatever. And I just want to just get it just for Robinhood, and that's what I did. That's what I did. I didn't care. It's so many people out here. Y'all care about so much stuff that other people think. Y'all care about all this image stuff. I'm going to tell y'all right now. The people that got the real money, the people that know how to make money, they don't care. And you know how you know when people know how to make money? You know how you know when people is actually making moves out here for real? You will start to notice that they don't care about what other people think. Because what they realize is that once we're out of the matrix, when we get out of this matrix, we realize, damn, it's like you almost become like a Harriet Tubman. When you find a route going north, when you start to go up, you find a route, you figure it out, you look back and you like, I want to bring all my people, but they're still stuck in the matrix in their mind. The mentality, they're still stuck in it. And it's very hard to pull somebody with you when they're stuck in the mental matrix. It's very hard. It's hard because it's not even the moving of them getting out of the situation that's hard and convincing them that it's better over here to do this. This is what's going to help you. This is what's going to help propel you forward. That's not hard. The hardest thing is transforming the mindset. That's the hardest thing when you're trying to help people. I'm going to tell y'all. When you have people, a whole race, a whole group of people that have been programmed for generations and generations at a time, in and out, generations. When you have an entire race of people that have been programmed for failure. Programmed to believe that they have to work hard in order to have a little bit of luxury in their life before they die. When you have an entire race of people that have been programmed to believe that for generations and centuries, it takes more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 100 people. It takes way more than that to reverse the psychology of their mindset. It takes a whole lot more. And when I talk to people, when I hear people speaking and everything they say has like a negative connotation to it, let me tell y'all, when I tell y'all words are so powerful, I mean words are so powerful. When I get to talking to people and the first thing they think is scam, the first thing they think is that's not possible, like how is that, how are you even able to do that? And they see people making money, real money, and they post it on social media and they like, this can't be real. When that's their first thought, because that's their first thought, they're going to move with that data in their mind, in their subconscious, a whole lot more faster than the belief that they too can actually make $1 million without having to do a whole bunch of hard labor work for it. They're going to believe more so that they have to bend over backwards. They're going to believe more so that they have to hustle, bustle, and collect a whole bunch of 1,000 gray hairs before they see any luxury in their life. They're going to believe that first, that they have to actually work super, super hard to play hard. Why? Because that's their entire programming. From the time that we are children to our adulthood, we only started now learning how to make money. The COVID era, COVID literally is what produced, or at least brought out of the black community, the entrepreneurs. There was more black entrepreneurs produced during COVID than any other year in history. Collectively. Let that sink in. But here's the problem with that. And that's a beautiful thing, but here's the problem with that. It took a catastrophe, a world catastrophe, for us to really dig deep inside of ourselves and realize that we that people. We her. We him. It took for an entire world catastrophe for us to really show up for who we really are. That's not good. That's sad. That's not a flex. That's not a flex. Because it shouldn't take for a catastrophe to happen for you to show up in your power. Your God-given power. It shouldn't take a catastrophe for you to show up in that. So, I really want to stress to all my people to be careful as to what you are entertaining, especially in these last not even 12 weeks. Well, we got 10 weeks left in the year. Y'all, we got 10 weeks left in 2025. 10 weeks left in 2025, y'all. Be careful and be very mindful of the nouns that you are entertaining. The people, places, and things that you are entertaining these last 10 weeks of the year. Because it is going to really govern how you move going into 2026 and throughout 2026, and ultimately dictate your outcome throughout the year of 2026. And with that being said, I am going to introduce day trading to people that want to learn it tomorrow evening. It will be live, in person, and in living color. In Chicago, at the Simeon Alumni Banquet Hall. It will be taking place at my VIP table. I only opened it up to about 5 or 6 people. That's it. And you can get your tickets at upperclassfinance.com. It will be at Shondell's movie screening for his documentary, I put on for my city. And what better way to put on for your city than to help them and teach them how to make money? That is my way of putting on for my city. If I can help 1 or 2 people make some money on Monday, I've succeeded my end goal. I have reached my end goal, and I have been successful in my end goal. Because what I'm going to show the people that's sitting at my table tomorrow evening is literally how to make money at the stock market. And they're going to be able to take that information and apply it the following day. So this is my invitation and my extensions to those that are interested in getting out of this matrix that we have all been in for a very, very long time. This is my invitation that I'm extending to you to go over to upperclassfinance.com and get your tickets, which is $75. It's so cheap. It's $75 ain't nothing, y'all. I know a lot of y'all on here probably watching this video right now that has spent more than that on a pair of shoes that you ain't got no money back for. My investment is going to show you how to get that back times 10. And you can probably do that in the next week. How do I know that? Because we got 2 earnings calls coming up this week for Tesla and for Meta. And it's about to be a whole lot of money made in the market, honey. My job is to help you get your piece of the pie. That's my job. Pa's job is to help her community tap into financial literacy and learn how to fish without having to break your back to do it. That's my job. That's my job. So this is my invitation that I am extending to you to head over to upperclassfinance.com and get your ticket for my VIP table for the screening of I Put On For My City taking place in Chicago. Come with your phone, because that's really all you're going to need. You don't need a lot. Come with your phone. We're going to set up your brokerage account. I'm going to show you how to enter and exit a trade, which is really all you need to learn how to do to make some money at the market. Everything else, does it get more detailed in depth? Yeah, but you don't need to know everything to make some money from the market. You don't need to know how to read charts to make money from the market. It's a bonus, and it will help you to leverage your gains and losses. But you don't need to know that to make money at the market. You absolutely do not. So, those who this resonate with, if you've ever had a bill that came in the mail on pink piece of paper, if you ever had a car repo, about to get repo, phone about to get cut off, light bills coming in, lights about to get cut off, rent behind, rent late. If you ever had a situation like that, this will resonate with you. I'm going to show you how to get money out the market that you ain't got to work hard for. I'm going to show you how to fish on a block called Wall Street. Yep. So that's my message today. That's what I want to share with my community today. Be mindful of the nouns that you are entertaining these last 10 weeks. Because it's going to govern how you move. And it's going to dictate your 2026. Head over to upperclassfinance.com right now. Secure your seat for my I Put On For The City and teach people how to make money VIP seat from my VIP table at my boy Shondell's screening of his documentary. It's your girl Posh Lady Terry. Emphasis on the lady. Until next time, remember you are beautiful and you are worthy. And I'll holla.